Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I got something coming here called the Dark Night of the Soul. A lot of people don't know what it is. A lot of people, ain't never heard of it. And they're kind of at a loss. So I'm fixing to read something to you that maybe can help you out. There can be a tendency in all kinds of relationships to cling to the status quo until something better comes along. This attachment may come from being unaware of what we're doing, or it may exist because we're afraid to rock the boat and face the uncertainty of not knowing what comes next. Although it may very well represent a pattern of which we're unconscious, it's a pattern nonetheless. Whether it's a job, a romance, our lifestyle, we can find ourselves in a holding pattern where we aren't really happy, yet have never honestly communicated this to people in our lives. Now, this is the part where you get stuck in a repeating process. You get stuck in a pattern. All right, this one ain't good enough, let me try something else. This one ain't good enough, let me try something else. This one ain't good enough, let me try something else. Well, I just ain't happy, this one ain't good enough, let me try something else. This is why you are looking at the negativity in the situation. The negativity in the situation instead of the beauty. You're looking at the negative instead of the beauty. You can find beauty in every situation. You have to choose what to look for. It's your choice. Now I'm fixing to go on. So even while the world believes that our lives are business as usual, inside we may be screaming for change and feeling frustrated because we don't know how to share this need with those who are close to us. This is a pattern that builds negativity. Our true feelings are often disguised as tension, hostility, or sometimes just being absent from the relationship. Each day we go through the motions of our job, of our sharing our life and home with another person, while we're emotionally distant and off in another world. Whether our problem is with a boss, a lover, even ourself, we rationalize, compromise, and wait. Then one day, just like that, boom, it happens. Seemingly from out of nowhere, the very things that we waited for and longed for in our lives suddenly appear. When they do, we may lunge for them like there's no tomorrow. Now this is the pattern right here. This ain't good enough pattern. Let's say you got a flower. Alright, let's say you got a flower. You got a flower. And over here, oh my goodness, you got a rose. Oh, a rose comes along. A rose comes along, y'all. And guess what? Oh, you love roses more than you do daisies. So you gonna lunge for this rose. And this right here, you drop everything that you had or had with this daisy in a relationship, in a job, or whatever, because it's just not satisfying you in some type of way. Okay? So you're seeing the negativity in a situation, and you're looking elsewhere for beauty. You're looking outside the box for beauty instead of within. So even in a relationship or a lesson or the ego death, the death of the ego, now this right here comes more painful. Now mainly in a relationship, you're going to leave the daisy you're with and maybe leave it for something you think is better. Because, let me tell you my experience. Tammy, for example, it's like I told Charlie. Me and Charlie has talked about this several times. And Tammy, ever since I was a young boy, if I had my idea of everything I ever wanted in a woman, my idea, okay? I wanted my girl to look this way, I wanted my girl to look this way and that way and this way and that way and talk to me on this level and this and that. So guess what? My rose showed up. My rose showed up while I was over here with this right here. But let me tell you something. You see this right here? Gold. This come to me in 2017. So I left my pot of gold for a daisy. I left my daisy for a rose. Now Charlie's gonna get this pot of gold right here. I talk to her all the time about her being my pot of gold. And that's what I tell her. Because that's exactly what she is, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, whenever I had the best conversations, the deepest connection with a woman I've ever had with Charlie Mae. And right here with Lori, I left a pot of gold for a woman in Canada named Lori. Alright, she done the same thing my parents did. She tried to change me with money. Same thing my parents did. So I wasn't happy because she was doing a repeating process of what I've already been through. And here comes this Rose, Tammy. Boy, she was everything I thought I wanted ever since I was a little boy. And whenever she didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, all she had was this. Looks. All she had was looks. This right here is not love. This right here is not love. This is love. This was love. So whenever I give her, let's see, Venus went retrograde in Leo. Venus went retrograde in Leo in 2023. In September, I think. It's August maybe. I met Tammy, and this right here made me give away all my power to this girl that didn't give a shit about me. I mean, didn't give a damn about me, really. But she wanted me to wait on the sideline over here while she done this and that and this and that. But I fell head over heels in love with this woman to give her all my power and all this and that and the other. And boy, ooh, good gracious. And she gave me a choice. She said, you be with me on the sideline or you don't be with me at all. I said, I know my self-worth. I ain't gonna sit on no sideline. So, boom, she left. And this put me in this right here, the dark night of the soul. And boy, look, this right here was the deepest healing I've ever done in my life. It took me forever to understand this and the ego death. The ego death. Because she supported my ego. She supported my ego while Charlie supported my spirit. My spirit. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. I couldn't be more in love with an individual. I could not be more in love than I am today with this woman. As far as spirit. Now, some of y'all know my situation on where I'm at. Some of y'all that's been following me a while. Some of you don't. But soon, we're going to have a twin flame union. And this right here happened in 2017, right after the eclipse. She come into my life, and these two right here come in to heal me so I could find my way back to my pot of gold. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was my dark night of the soul and how it came about.